Hello everyone, welcome back to Heroes of the Storm, and we have an interesting treat for you today. As you probably saw, if you saw the opening ceremonies of BlizzCon, they have actually introduced a hero to the game that is an original character for this game. I wasn't really sure how seriously they were going to take this when they had that event talking about making the Nexus and Heroes of the Storm have its own lore and have it be its own universe. But they really wanted to make a serious effort at that. And this was really, to me, like the first real step in doing that. When they had a cinematic that showed the Raven Lord, you know, the guy who we've heard voice Cursed Hollow for the past few years. He's like an actual character now. They gave him a character model, and then they introduced this character at BlizzCon. His daughter, Orphea, heir of the Raven Court, rejecting the dark power her father had begun to consort with. Orphea tried to run away from the Raven Lord's influence, but after witnessing King's Crest fall to his machinations, she was convinced she needed to stand and fight. She now vows to protect the innocent as a hero of the Nexus. So, I was surprised by this, but I say kudos to them for wanting to try and make this original, make this its own thing. Because we used to just see Heroes of the Storm as like Blizzard characters, battle royale, like just this was the game, this was the place where you could take characters from all the other Blizzard games and have them face each other. There was no other way to really do that other than this game. And now we're kind of turning it into its own thing. And I love that Heroes is kind of growing into its own universe. You know, I really applaud them for that. So, this is her look. She has this casket on her back, which helps provide the power of her abilities that you'll see soon. These are some of her alternate looks here. Alternate skins, Regal Orphea, I don't remember how it's pronounced. And then we have these skins. She's pretty much just like a kid at school. It's a locker, a high school locker. I love that. She's got the sweatshirt wrapped around her waist. I do that sometimes. It's a really cute look. Look, pink. Oh, that's really funny. Slacker Orphea, spoiled Slacker Orphea. Oh, this is really cute. Look at the locker has different stuff on it. Oh, look at that. Oh, that has to do with a alternate skin they provide for Leoric, where he is now a janitor. No, seriously. Alright, so now let's talk about her kit. Now, I said this to other people when I was trying her out at BlizzCon. I liked her character, but I could tell right away this was not going to be a character that I myself would play on a regular basis, because it's just not my style. I think she has a pretty good, interesting design, and then she's a pretty good character. I just don't see myself playing this kind of character regularly. So her Q is Shadow Waltz. After half a second, deal 165 damage to enemies in a line. Hitting a hero with Shadow Waltz sets its cooldown to 2 seconds, refunds 40 mana, and causes Orphea to dash a short distance upon moving. So this gives her... She has quite a bit of mobility in her kit and her talent tree. Chomp. If you're wondering, Chomp with what? She has some interesting powers that kind of reminds me of, well, Venom. You'll see what I mean once we get into the game. After... really, Blizz? You're going to give us the absolute minuscule amount of milliseconds? You know, after 0.625 seconds. Really? Come on, seriously. Who is going to take this, just this kind of timing seriously? I guess pro players could, but come on. Deal 285 damage to nearby enemies in front of Orphea. 10-second cooldown, 60 mana. Dread. Release a wave of Dread that deals 85 damage to enemies. Hit. Dread erupts after 0.75 seconds after reaching the end of its path, dealing 175 damage and slowing enemies in the area by 25% per 2 seconds. Her trait, Overflowing Chaos. Hitting an enemy hero with a basic ability grants 1 Chaos. Chaos can stack up to 3 times. While Orphea has Chaos, her basic attacks against heroes consumes all Chaos, dealing 50% increased damage per stack and healing for 100% of the damage dealt. So she has ways to get manas back. She has ways to get health back. Very nice. Eternal Feast. 75 mana, 50-second cooldown. After 1.5 seconds, deal 210 damage in an area. Eternal Feast repeats every second as long as it hits an enemy hero. So this is great for clearing out a certain control point if you want to use it that way. Crushing Jaws. 75 mana, 70 seconds. After 1.25 seconds, pulls enemies in an area towards the center, dealing 275 damage and stunning them for 0.75 seconds. I believe this also used to be 50 seconds. I think they've already nerfed it to 70. So let's take a look at our talent tree. Shadow Waltz deals increased damage to its enemies hit by its end, 75%. Each hero hit by the Wave of Dread increased the damage of its eruption by 25%. Non-heroic abilities deal 25% more damage to stunned, rooted, silenced, or slowed enemies and grants 1 additional chaos when hitting heroes. Hitting at heroes with the end of Shadow Waltz sets its cooldown to 1 second. If Chomp hits a hero, Orphea immediately dashes a short distance backwards. Dread's Slow also applies to enemies in Dread's path and stacks up to 50%. Hitting a hero with Chomp sets its cooldown to 2 seconds. Minions that die within 1.5 seconds of being hit by Chomp permanently increases its damage by 2 and heals Orphea for 60. Heroes that die increase its damage by 40 and heal Orphea for 25% of her maximum health. Hitting heroes with Dread increases its damage by 5 up to 200. After hitting 40 heroes, hitting an enemy hero with Dread Eruption sets its cooldown to 6 seconds and refunds 50 mana. Level 13. After dashing with Shadow Waltz, Orphea gains 50 spell armor, stacking up to 2 times. While Orphea has determination, her physical damage is increased by 15%. Hitting a hero with Chomp instantly grants Orphea maximum chaos. Activate to deal 150 damage to all nearby enemies after 2 seconds for each hero hit. Heal for 182 and gain 1 chaos. Shadow Waltz deals bonus damage to heroes equal to 3% of their maximum health, healing Orphea 50% of the damage dealt. So it's a giant killer for percentage damage. Basic attacks that consume chaos ignore armor and deal 115 spell damage to all enemies around the target. Lurking Terror. After Dread erupts and for 2 seconds after, activated cast Chomp from the eruption area. Lots of interesting things you can do here. Eternal Feast grants 1 chaos each time it hits a hero. While Eternal Feast is active, Orphea's attack speed is increased by 50%. Crushing Jaws reduces the armor of heroes hit by 25 for 2 seconds. Takedown set its cooldown to 5 seconds. Each chaos consumed increases Orphea's spell power by 3% up to 30. After reaching the maximum bonus, the spell power is further increased by an additional 30%. Lasts 10 seconds. Wow. Activate to instantly reset the cooldown of Shadow Waltz for the next 6 seconds. Dashing with Shadow Waltz resets its cooldown. Lots of really cool, interesting things you can do here with Orphea. Let's take a look at her in action. There is what I was referring to. You see that thing? Doesn't that look like the Venom symbiote? Yeah, that's what's going to be making a lot of her abilities work. And apparently it comes from that casket on her back. Again, I didn't really get the rundown on terms of how her powers and abilities work when it comes to that casket. So I got to play her once at BlizzCon. The other team picked a Cho'Gall. They annihilated us. And I've gotten to play her a few times since she's gone live. You know, like I said, you know, she's good. She's just not for me. Alright, so... Oh, that's a new thing they added. So instead of stim packs, it's boosts. Alright, let me turn up the sound for the game. Alright, there we go. Alright, so let's see here.
Combat starts in.
I always like going with this. But let's see. Does that apply to blinded? No.
4, 3,
Blinded heroes don't
2,
count.
1. It's your turn to defend the nexus.
We have Urel. Yeah, that we're not gonna get much out of that.
I need a strategy.
Let's do this one. Alright, you can see the point there at the end. So this is how the ability works. Whoops, whoops.
Don't come back.
Use that to get rid of her creep. Get rid of that creep, Zagara. Come on.
I know.
Did you see the dash I made after I hit her with the Q?
Today's my day.
That kind of capability of her mobility is just awesome. Hi, Sylvanas. I hate you. I'm sure I triggered some people just now. How dare I hate the Banshee Queen? No, I've got some friends that they're like, how can you hate Sylvanas? And I'm like, look, I've never liked her. I'm sorry. And after what she's been doing, just like, no. I ain't gonna have it. Boom! Thank you, Chromie. Thank you for moving right to the point where I needed you to.
Smell alike. I guess I am my father's daughter.
Oh, I missed it. How did I miss that?
Choose a talent.
Oh, Sylvant. I can dash right afterwards to chase you. Ugh.
Heroes, you're just
I'm very interested in seeing how her rework changes her.
But which of you will gather them first?
So a couple days ago, they released the videos about the upcoming changes to both Sylvanas and Stitches. Seems interesting. I'll definitely try. I'll probably make videos about it, showing you guys what's changed, especially Stitches. Someone who's since I play Stitches a lot more than I play Sylvanas.
The first seed is bright.
Whoops, I messed up my abilities there.
So, not be the first to harvest enough.
Obviously, her abilities get more value if you're able to use them against heroes. In terms of the cooldowns, etc. Let me see. To 1 second. I mean, that would go hand in hand with what with what I chose. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see if maybe we'll try a Q build. Maybe we'll do that. Use Chomp for wave clear. Even though I don't have that quest yet. Don't have to take that quest, but boom. Oh, just missed her.
Yet another seed. I trust you know what to do, heroes.
Too easy.
I trust you know what to do, heroes. Boom. And the dash.
There's darkness out there.
Oh!
I cast a long shadow.
I just missed that last one.
That seed is ready for gathering. I suggest you do it now.
You're a dog.
Ah! I mistimed that. Oh, I missed again. I've said it before. I am not great with skill shot characters. Not good at skill shots. Alright, let's see. I would find myself wanting to use this against minions, because of course I like playing characters that have good wave clear, helping soak in the lanes. So let's do this and... Alright, so I got a... Did I get any stacks there? I don't think I did. Oh gosh, this is gonna be like how it used to be with Asmodan's stacking quests.
I cast a long shadow.
And the gate's down.
I'll keep going. Just go
Yep, that's pretty much what it's like now. It's like you do the chomp on them, but then you can't kill them down fast enough to get the stacks. That's how it used to work with Asmodan back in the day. Nope, not fast enough. here.
I'll keep going.
Go get her, Tracer. Let's see.
There's my precious seed.
Thank you, Sylvanas.
Together. The strength of the
Can't believe I just said those words. Alright. I'll stop. I'll stop with the making fun of Sylvanas thing. I'm gonna really upset some people. How dare you talk so bad about my magic queen, my dark lady? Like I said, I have some friends who love Sylvanas, and I'm kind of like just doing this just to partly give them a hard time about it, because they know I'm not too fond of Sylvanas. Let's go with Crushing Jaws.
natural gift.
Ooh. Oh. Of course, Kara seems fast enough to move away and avoid it.
Killing spree. I'm annoyed now. Thanks for the relief. I'll keep going. I guess I'll have to go on without that fort.
Oops. I was hoping to be back there. Nope.
Another terror support. And the sun dawns again. Back to the battle then.
Okay. Kara Zim is ulting me. I'm out of here. Get rid of this creep. She's got a few abilities that's a good counter to Zagara. Just go ahead and Hearth.
Time to practice running away.
Hey, teammates, go get that camp.
These mugs.
I am doing awful on that stacking talent with Chomp. You really have to save it for when those minions are low health. You have to treat it like we used to have to treat the Asmodan stacking talent back in the day. You know, before they changed him.
Well done.
And I completely messed that up again. Of course, the Garrosh messed it up as well, but...
Choose a talent. I cast a long shadow. I'll keep going.
A seed has been planted. It will sprout before you know it.
No. Get that up. Alright, let's see. Grants Maximum Chaos. Grants Spell Armor after dashing.
Shouldn't you be gathering that seed, heroes?
Let's pick this up. We can use it to activate our trait. Ah, that dagger.
There must be a reason to this. Too easy.
Boom. Okay, so you have to press it to time it to have it go off at a certain time. I think that Chomp completely missed him.
Seed is set to sprout.
Time to practice
I must be completely mishandling my abilities because I am constantly having mana issues with her.
on the run again.
And I know there are ways to get mana back, and I feel like I'm just like mishandling it.
Help me recruit these mugs.
Alright. here, Chromie.
Isn't nature splendid? Gather that seed for me.
Ha ha!
Ever learn to kill things like that?
Take that, Chromie.
I'll keep going. Part of the problem.
Thank you, Garrosh. You actually kind of helped there.
Wow, refreshing.
Really, Karazim?
Double kill. New distraction.
She keeps dashing back to us.
Just go away and don't come back.
This camp here. Activate my trait. Boom. Some AoE damage. Not much, though. Doesn't seem to do any damage, or, like, hardly any damage that I was hoping for or expecting.
Thanks for the relief, healer. Why do you have to be part of the problem?
Woo!
Ask me where they go when they die.
Nice.
Nice.
Ignores armor.
Soon we'll have another seed to gather, heroes. It won't be long.
Let's do this.
That's impressive. There's darkness out there. I'm north now.
There we go.
I won't miss your face.
It is time. Do what must be done.
Ah, I couldn't finish him off. Use that to dash away. Wow, really, Sylvanas? Really, Sylvanas?
I cast a launch.
And she still didn't die. Just like real Sylvanas players, they do all that dashing and get away. It's so annoying to deal with.
Let's get out of here.
Oh man, Tracer, what are you doing? Kill them! Yeah, you can tell this is an AI. If that was a player, that Tracer would have never let those two get away. At least I would hope so. If that was a player, and then I would have been like, so like, oh, how could you? Boom!
Fine.
Ha!
Another corpse.
There we go. Woo! Okay,
I never know. Thanks for
I'm retreating! Alright.
Keep destroy.
Didn't get the fountain. You didn't get the fountain, what's wrong with you?
I'll keep going.
Boom.
Your terrors, my children, have fallen. I hope their sacrifice was
You're a bother.
Whew. That extra damage. Oh, the Tracer picked up the slow. Alright, I'm out of here.
Hold the line. I will be back.
I'm out of here, peace. Alright, let's
Hey, you your
Alright,
turn.
level 20. Reduces the armor. Increases spell power. Let's see how effective that is.
My little
I'm actually doing
seeds
better
are
at my
verge of
stacking
sprouting.
quest, by the way.
Prepare to gather it.
Boom. Alright. Hey team, let's get this camp. Oh, how did I miss him?
And don't fret about the shamblers. They don't feel a thing anymore.
Don't worry about the shamblers, they don't feel a thing. Meanwhile, they're like, why are you killing us?
Something finally went right.
Man, that sneak attack is actually quite... that does feel good. Woo! Alright, let's, actually, let's get that Sylvanas.
Slay this enemy and our chances will improve.
Kill Sylvanas. Kill her.
Annoyed now. There's darkness. You're down a fort.
Ah, the fort went down.
Help me recruit these monks.
Alright, get the camp. Let's have it push it back.
I feel a sea journey. Are you ready for it?
Let's get this other camp as well.
I'm annoyed now. This is what it takes. Something finally went right.
Kerosene, stop it.
A seed has sprouted. Best not fight over it.
There we go. It's like, stop it. Leave our camp alone. Let it push. Same with you, Zagara. Stop it.
Easy enough. Go away and don't come. Your enemies just can't keep it together.
Go away and don't come back.
Help me recruit these monks.
I do think her accent is or how her dialogue or dialect is pretty cute. It's like the first time she talked in that cinematic, and he's like, "You'll finally come home." She's like, "Home? You destroyed my home." I was like, "Oh, she's adorable."
Are you ready for it?
Fountain.
Come back.
Meanwhile, the Chromie is gonna push the fort on her own. I'm gonna get the fort, guys.
Fine.
Oh my gosh, Chromie. Oh my...
There it is.
I
Gather the seed.
I hate you,
before
Chromie.
your enemy does.
Oh, look at this.
Just burning through their teeth.
Nom, 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 nom.
Even I'm impressed.
Spicy.
It's supposed to be scary. I need a strategy. I like it. You keep things interesting.
She actually almost died to those things. I mean, she is an assassin, so of course she is kind of squishy. Got rid of that. Now it's Hearthback. All the buildings are down. AI team, go get the core. Two terrors on the core. Here comes another. Kill the cord. Woo! Man, that ult is great for bunching them up and doing a big wombo combo.
One day I may need a fighter like you.
So, I mean, let me say, I obviously would not be able to get the most out of Orphea. I like what she has. Let me put it this way. I would not prefer to be the one to play Orphea, but I would love to have a teammate play Orphea. And they're like, oh yeah, I can play Orphea. She's right up my wheelhouse, right in my style. I would love to have an Orphea teammate. I wouldn't want to be the one playing Orphea, but an Orphea teammate, absolutely. She is really good, and I can see in the right hands, she is going to be fantastic with the way her kit is. You know, I'd say that's pretty good. I would say this was actually the first time I tried out this particular build, and I liked it. I did like it. It obviously requires good timing and such, especially with the AI standing in the right position. And Pointe, I guess. Darn it, Blizz. Why are you making the town so hard to pronounce? Allegrissimo? What? What is that? Why? Why? Ravenous Hunger, Crushing Jaws, Invasive Miasma, Dead Magic, Eldritch Conduit. Explain, please. I don't know why those are called those things. But obviously this is an original character with original lore that has nothing to do with the other games. So it's a little hard to kind of gather compared to others that have talents that you can obviously kind of figure it out, such as like Eager Adventurer, Let's Go, you know, Pick Me Up, Shake It Off, or with Medivh, or Explosion, Lay Nine Seal, Garden Tears Fall, or Medivh Cheats. So Orphea she's pretty good. I would say if you look at her kit and you're like, you can feel like you can play that, go for it. I know that I wouldn't be the one to want to pick her in ranked play, because I would probably be the potato who is playing a character that I know I'm not going to be able to get the most out of her compared to someone else. But if you feel like you can do that, awesome. And I would love it if that teammate was on my team, so that they can play Orphea and I could help either tank for them or support them or be a DPS alongside them. But this would not necessarily be a character I would regularly play. She's great, but I can tell right away that this is a character that doesn't necessarily fit my playstyle, but she's still awesome. So, more than likely, when I see you guys next time here in the Nexus, it will be to take a look at the reworks to Stitches, just in time for Christmas. Ho, 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 ho. Stitches have presents to deliver. And, of course, Sylvanas. I'll see you guys.